Coach, an undefeated season, what's it taken to get to this point?
Well, obviously, go 14-0, schedule that we played. I think, and we don't have a huge roster. I mean, we're a 6A school, but we have a lot of guys going both ways. So, really, when I look at this year's team, we have this year's team's team attack. We have a theme each year for each team, and we always say we want to attack each challenge with a growth mindset. And we have a lot of players that are first-year starters. You know, last year's team we lost 8 starters on offense, 7 on defense. So we have a lot of first-year starters on both offense and defense. And it's just really the grit and determination of this year's team that we always say stay in a fight. And the last 3 weeks we stayed in a fight to find a way to get to the state championship game.
You found a way in the playoffs. Some really good competition you've played. How has that prepared you for this point against Middle Creek?
Well, big time, because like you said, we went undefeated in conference, and then we got the #1 seed in the playoffs, and won the first and second round. Then 3 weeks in a row playing Charlotte Catholic, Sun Valley, and then Northern Guilford, we found a way to win, and that's elite competition. We were probably the underdogs, even though we were the #1 seed in the playoffs. I think each week we were the underdogs when all the people were picking the games each week. But for our kids is, they want to stay in a fight, and the good competition makes you better. Like I said, it's not going to be easy. That's the one thing that we preach to our kids. When you get in the playoffs, we're not expecting to be easy, but you stay in a fight. Make it a fourth quarter game, and I really believe that the grit and determination of our team will find a way to win it in the fourth quarter. But yes, we had great competition. I think it's going to prepare us, because we know this week against Middle Creek is going to be elite competition as well, and we're going to have to find a way to win it in the fourth quarter.
What do you think are some of those keys that you're going to have to do in order to win this game?
Well, I think the biggest things, we're very opportunistic on offense and defense. We're going to have to win the turnover battle. That's huge for us. Going to find a way to create turnovers, eliminate big plays. Middle Creek is very dynamic. They're very athletic. They might have a little bit more team speed than we do, more size, more numbers. They have less guys going both ways. So we're going to have to find ways to be opportunistic. We're going to have to score points on offense, and we're going to take care of the football, like every coach says.
And what would it mean to bring home a state championship to Watauga?
Well, it's huge. I think when you look at the last time that Watauga won a state championship, the last time we've been in a state championship was 1978. It's a one-county high school, so it's more special. I always tell people that at Watauga, we play for our teammates, but we also play for our school and our community. And our community has been huge for us here at Watauga High School. And a lot of people, too, we're always the underdog. When people look at Watauga in the playoffs, they always think the teams from the big metropolitan areas like Raleigh and Charlotte and Greensboro are going to beat us. So everyone thinks that we can't do much in the playoffs. But, our teams represent not only Watauga County, but really all the mountain communities, because 6A playoffs, a lot of times they say mountain schools can't win the playoffs. This team's found a way to beat some elite competition in the playoffs, and we hope to do in a state championship game as well.
Coach, you've had a great season, and good luck against Middle Creek.
Sounds good to me, and as always, go Pioneers.